Today is Monday, September 8th, 2025. Really nice green day for me. I'm up about 38 bucks, which is like 1.7% on the day. I took 25 trades. I went green on 23 of the 25 trades. That's 92% accuracy. Really nice trading this morning. I totaled $3.93 worth of profit ratio on the day. That's my highest so far in this kind of trading strategy. Excuse me. Really happy with the way I traded today. All but one of my trades came on the same ticker, Octo, OCTO. My very first trade was on that ticker. I got in at 389 and out at 405. And now that stock went all the way up to $55. It's kind of consolidated right at the $40 range right now. So it went up like 2,600%. Crazy move. I traded on it for about an hour and a half. And once it broke the $10 range, I kind of quit trading for the day. It got out of my price range per se. $3.93 worth of profit ratio today. My average winner was 17 cents. On my two losers, I got out exactly break even on one and for a 1 cent loss on the other. The 1 cent loser came on the one trade that I took on a different ticker than Octo. That was on HOUR. And I ended up getting out for a cent. I could have got out for a small profit. Thought it was going to move more than it did. It didn't, and then I got out. So switch gears, didn't work. Went right back to Octo, and the next trade I took on Octo after that 1 cent loss on HOUR was a 30-cent winner. So should have just stuck with Octo. That being said, average 17 cents. I had a few trades that were 25 or 30 cents. My biggest trade was 54 cents, and just really nice stock moving this morning. And I really did a good job of timing my entries and exits well. Today, one thing I did really well is I also I focused on holding beyond that half cent or half dollar or whole dollar mark. I have a habit of selling right at $6. If I got in at 588 for the break of 6, once it hits 6, I sell. But if it's at 588 and it's going to 6, 9 times out of 10 it's going to hit 605 or 610 or even 615, 620. So today I did a really good job of, if it was really moving with volume, I held through those half dollar, whole dollar marks for that extra 5 or 10 or more cents, and it worked out well. It would turn a 10 or 12 cent trade into a 18 or 20, 25 cent trade. So really nice job there. I got to get more used to doing that. I still got out early a couple times, but more often than not, I held for that extra 10 or 15 seconds, which oftentimes turns into 10 or 15 cents. So really nice trading there. Just a nice Monday morning. Hopefully this is kind of a sign that the cold spell is behind us and the market's starting to kind of heat up again for the fall. That's how it looks, at least today. This stock went up 2,500%, which is a gigantic move. So hopefully this can create some momentum, and we can have a nice, strong a week here. This will be the first full week of September. All right. This is where I made a couple really nice moves on Monday morning. These are actually a couple of my last moves as well. Ticker Octo 1 minute chart. And I got in during this consolidation period right here in the 760s, expecting to break through $8, which we got. That was a really nice move. I made 39 cents per share on this little break through the $8 mark. Then just a minute or two later, same thing happened. We got in the 960s. I made an entry at 980 for the breakthrough 10, and I got out at 1030. That was 980 to 1034. That was a 54 cent. That was my biggest move of the day. This candle ended up going all the way up to 1280 before it kind of settled in at the right around the 1080s $11 range. So I got out a little earlier than I had to. I missed out on $1.50 or so worth of potential profit there, but I still made my biggest move at 54 cents a share. So hard to complain about that. But this is kind of where I was done. At this point, it was settling in at the $11 range, and then we shot all the way up to 19. And at the time of making this video, it just got out of a halt up, and it's trading at $54. So this stock has went completely to the moon today, and I traded it all morning until it hit that $10 or $11 range. That was, at this point, out of my price range, but I still get to watch it and enjoy the show. Really neat to see. This is where I took my one and only true loss on the morning. Other than one break-even trade, this is where I actually gave back 1 cent worth of profit. Ticker HOUR, 1 minute chart. It all happened right here in these few candles. We had a topping tail that kind of tickled the 590s here. I was expecting us to break through $6. We started dipping down. As we dipped down, it dipped a little lower than I thought it was going to. I ended up making an entry at 567, thinking we were still going to bounce back to test the $6, but we didn't. This continued dropping all the way down to like the 540 range. Made me really nervous, but I continued holding, thinking, well, it's still on the right momentum. MACD's open, so let's see what happens. But after it broke down to 540s, once I got back to break even, I made an exit. I actually got out with a 1 cent loss, but had I held it, we ended up breaking the previous high and almost hitting $6. So could have been a little more patient and made a profitable trade there, but I almost lost quite a bit had that not rebounded and went back the right way.